It's a big day in the Supreme Court. The fate of 218 coal blocks allocated to private and public sector companies by the centre since 1993. Their fate will be decided by the top court today. The verdict is expected to clear the air on whether these blocks will be reallocated or will these companies be let off the hook with a penalty. The court is expected to take a decision on the fate of 218 coal blocks that were allocated between 1992 to 2010. The centre has sought exemption for 46 coal blocks which are close to production. The court is expected to levy a penalty on these coal blocks. Let's get in a word from our correspondent Jaskirat Singh Bawa, who's joining us live from outside the Supreme Court. Jaskirat, a crucial verdict before the Supreme Court today. It will have political ramifications as well, but of course a huge impact in the power sector of the country.
Absolutely, not just the power sector. We imagine that this will have a huge impact on the Indian economy as a whole. This will, of course, have a butterfly effect of sorts on the tertiary sector, as well as, of course, the power generation or the lack of it thereof will have an impact on the Indian economy as well. Now, what we are expecting today is at 2 o'clock, the bench headed by the Chief Justice of India, R.M. Lodha, will decide the fate of the 218 illegal coal block licenses that were allocated. Now, let us understand very well that they have already been held to be illegal. So there's no question about their legality anymore. As far as those 46 coal blocks are concerned, the government did tell the Supreme Court that they're estimated to be producing 50 million tons of coal in this fiscal year, which is why they suggested, they were just informing the court that this is an FYI for your information. They did not explicitly seek exemption, but suggested also that if the Supreme Court decides to cancel it, they'll be more than happy. All that the government said in the court and submitted an affidavit was that we expect the Supreme Court to come to a decision as soon as possible so that we can move in with the fresh bids if at all required or auctioning and can get on with the power generation, can get on with the entire process of manufacturing or mining of coal. What we're expecting is at 2 o'clock to figure out if all the 218 licenses will be cancelled. Now, let us remember 80 of them have already been cancelled by the government, by the previous government in fact. So it remains to be seen whether any exemption will be given. If an exemption is given, it was suggested by the government that 295 rupees per ton of extracted mine is an additional levy charge that can be, of course, applied on the companies that have been given these mining rights.
Now, that case expected to come up at about 2 this afternoon. Jaskirat, thanks so much for that update. We're going to keep coming back to you for more. The cancellation of these licenses will have a huge impact on industry and the Indian economy, as Jaskirat is explaining to us. We'll continue tracking developments.